Unfortunately, our history is full of cults and pseudo-religions that were created to take advantage of people, using their faith and vulnerabilities to obtain money, power, or even do the dirty work of hurting others for the benefit of a leader or simply for the pleasure of doing evil. In today's video, we will get to know some of these doctrines, understand how they originated, what their main characteristics were, learn about the precepts used to manipulate the faithful, and the practices that made them world famous for harming or claiming the lives of thousands of people. One of the more recent cases is the International Church of Good News. This group attracted international attention in April 2023, with most of the atrocities coming to light. However, the cult had existed for at least 20 years. It all began with former taxi driver Paul Mang, who declared himself a pastor in 2003 and decided to found a church alongside his deceased wife, Joyce Miwi. Mang's preachings and teachings were always radical, leading him to face some legal processes. Still, this did not stop him from thriving in the business. He claimed to be a messenger sent by God, stating he could personally communicate with him, allowing him to convey his desires and will to humanity. Mang had quite contradictory ideals. He opposed Christian ideals, especially those linked to Western culture, while also promising to bring people closer to Jesus by facilitating direct communication with the Christian Messiah. Furthermore, he discouraged his followers from accessing modern things like digital money transfers, formal education in schools, and healthcare treatments offered by hospitals, claiming none of that was in the scriptures and couldn't be considered God's will. However, this restriction on technological resources did not seem to apply to everyone, as Mang himself maintained a channel on YouTube to spread his ideals. This exposure led to Mang facing issues with authorities again, being accused of his radical ideals that kept children away from education. Still, the cult's founder always managed to escape due to allegedly insufficient evidence to convict him. Gradually, his followers became more isolated and alienated, obtaining information solely from their leader or through filtered sources. The group concentrated in an area near Chakarola Forest in Kenya, where it gained its last macabre characteristics. Mang brainwashed people into believing in an eschatological story about the end times, proclaiming himself as a messenger of the last times and claiming his ministry aimed to holistically nurture the faithful to prepare them to meet Jesus. This would be achieved through fasting, but not an ordinary fast. Mang distorted the practice, suggesting that fasting should be used to reach God literally, making people die to supposedly attain eternal life. It's an absurd notion, but unfortunately, many people fell victim to this charlatan, especially children. Kenyan police initiated a major investigative operation upon learning of the severity of the case. Initially, 70 bodies were found buried near where the cult rituals and preachings took place, but the number continued to rise. Current estimates suggest that over 400 people died at the hands of Pastor Mensi, with beliefs indicating this number could be much higher, considering many families are still missing. The autopsies on the victims showed that the vast majority suffered from malnutrition, a condition resulting from the cult's criminal practice of collective fasting. Additionally, there are sources indicating that some bodies had their organs removed, suggesting the leader could be involved in a human trafficking scheme. This makes the situation even graver and cruel.